président digne de ce nom. C'est pas beau qu'on voit. Ça dit papa de l'autre côté là, y'a rien en face. Certains se disent hérité, c'est maïs. Pour la mère patrio, à Coloti et comme, c'est pas beau, Kanye Soumao, à Coloti et comme.
We are an African people.
An African people.
We are
an
African people.
An African people.
We are an African people.
An African people.
From Abidjan to Paris. Free President Laurent Gbagbo.
Free President Laurent Gbagbo.
From Paris to Harlem. Free President Laurent Gbagbo.
Free President Laurent Gbagbo.
From Harlem to the Caribbean. Free President Laurent Gbagbo.
Free President Laurent Gbagbo.
One people. One aim. One destiny. Pan-Africanism rising. Pan-Africanism rising. Freedom or death. Freedom or death. Freedom or death. Thank you. Brothers and sisters, this is a historical moment. We will first introduce everyone. We'll go my way. We'll start with this sister here.
I'm Nefertiti with Freedom Party, Pan-African Solidarity Hate Committee.
And December 12th.
December 12th movement.
Co-trained Shimaranga from December 12th movement, Pan-African Solidarity Hate Committee.
Jean-Pierre Ouegou from African Diaspora for Development and Democracy, ADD, and member also of Pan-Africanism Solidarity.
Gato Gobehi from ADD, African Diaspora for Democracy and Development, also from Pan-African Solidarity Aid Committee.
Touri Tutukwe from ADDD.
Taliba, ADD, also from Pan-Africanism, Solidarity Aid Committee. All right.
Jim Kwasi, member of AD.
Zubunyawre from ADD.
Jeremy Brent, I'm a guest.
Yes.
Veronica Daha, I'm a guest too. Andre Crawford from ADD.
Gregory Ferry, Pan-African Solidarity Hate Committee, December 12th.
Wally Clay from Cote d'Ivoire. And from Brooklyn. December 12th.
And Trinidad.
Roger Wareham from December 12th, Pan-African Solidarity Hate Committee.
We'll do a welcome to all of us. And after Gato, we will then have solidarity messages from the Pan-African Solidarity Hate Committee, from the December 12th movement, from Gregory, from representing Haiti, and that's pretty much it. And we'll go into discussing why we're here tonight.
Okay. So I would like to welcome you. I know that each and everyone has a busy schedule. And despite your busy schedule, you made some time to be here today. We really appreciate that, and we'd like to welcome you. Since November 2010, violence has been reigning in Ivorian people, and as Ivorian folks abroad, we're trying to do our best to have Ivory Coast voice being heard. And in doing so, we have a partner December 12th.
That work is intensifying, as we all know, with the recent warrant from the ICC on the wife of President GBAGBO. And so as that work intensifies, it's so much more important that we continue to build our solidarity towards the French, the Paris, France manifestation that we want to have. And, greetings from all the members of December 12th and on the victory.
As a member of the December 12th movement, we've been involved in international work and the push for Pan-Africanism for some time. And in that regard, we began doing work, support work for Haiti. And even before the earthquake, myself and my comrade Amadi, we went to Haiti for a conference about MINUSTAH troops being in Haiti. And the push was to get the UN troops, which is called MINUSTAH, out of Haiti. It's very important that Haiti be brought into this struggle. It's a Pan-African struggle, just as important as it is for the Europeans to continually oppress Haiti. And I'm sure you all know the struggle, what's going on now in Haiti. Still have the UN troops violating the sovereignty of Haiti and the cholera outbreak that UN troops brought there and so forth. So we're going to bring our Haitian brothers and sisters into the struggle. I'm sure, being that France colonized Haiti, there are many Haitians in France. So they have to be organized as well. And the Haitian community here, we have to organize them, mobilize them to understand that it is a Pan-African struggle. And they should understand that, because Haiti supported Bolivian struggle after their revolution, and other countries that were being oppressed by those same colonizers. So Haiti is extremely important to this struggle. They pioneered it, and we're going to bring them on board. So, I'm not Haitian, I'm born here, but it's part of the work of the December 12th movement. Thank you.
Okay, from our guests, we need someone to speak for the Ivorian, the nation. Would any one of you like to speak on that?
Briefly present the situation that has, happened in Côte d'Ivoire since, I would say 2002, when there was, first in 2000, we had an election that was won by a democratic election that was won by President GBAGBO. In 2002, there was a military coup that turned into a rebellion. So from 2002 till the year 2010, when an election was organized, the country was divided. Despite the fact that the UN was in Côte d'Ivoire to be, that body that could just help turn things around and help Côte d'Ivoire to back to normalcy, things didn't go that way, in the way that they never disarmed the rebels, and they had, then President GBAGBO organized elections after what was called fraud by his party, based on the Ivorian laws and everything. He was forced or kidnapped out of power on April 11, 2010. From that on, 2011, the election took place in 2010. So from that on, the situation in Côte d'Ivoire is really catastrophic. The Ivorian people are suffering. They're suffering from the president that's now in power, that we call a puppet president, because it's been imposed on the Ivorian people by the UN, France, and the so-called international community. I guess we do welcome the fact that the December 12 movement is here working hand in hand with the ADDD, which is an organization that's trying to let that voice heard the same way the brother just said it. If you don't stand and say what's going on, nobody will say it. So we're here trying to do that so that the voice of the Ivorian people can be heard. So we do appreciate this collaboration with the ADDD, with the December 12 movement, and we hope that that rally that's being planned for Paris will be a huge opportunity for the whole world to know about what's going on in Côte d'Ivoire and elsewhere in Africa, because it's not just something that's happening in Côte d'Ivoire. It just took another step in Côte d'Ivoire, but we know that it is something that's been going on with former French colonies. Did I say former French colonies? No, the French colonies, because they're still colonized by France. And the Ivorian people do appreciate that we can work together to let that voice heard in France. Thank you.
Roger Worm is a lawyer. Also, he's a Pan-Africanist, and we'd like for him to speak about why we went to the ICC, why the ICC was the target, and the political significance of this campaign to free the president, and then what are the new implications, and then why we believe that the Pan-African Solidarity Hague Committee is a good instrument for us to build in marriage. Roger?
We are an African people. No matter where colonizers and slave traders dropped us off, we're still an African people, we're still Africans. And so that influences our outlook on everything we do. So that we ended up at the International Criminal Court in June of this year out of a response to the attack on Libya back in March of 2011 by the United Nations and NATO. And from that the response to that attack, that we understood that this was an attack on African sovereignty, this was an attack on, in particular, a country and a leader who had shown by his actions that he understood the importance of the African diaspora, and he understood the importance of African unity, and that he understood the essence of Pan-Africanism. And we put together a document that we then took to the International Criminal Court in The Hague in the Netherlands this past June, on June 18th. And we had chosen the date of June 18th because at that point, that was the day that was supposed to be the confirmation hearing on the charges against President GBAGBO. Because of the medical problems he faced, that date was put off. When we went there, we took our petition of what became known as the Pan-African Solidarity Hague Committee. There were 27 of us. We went to The Hague. We went to the ICC, International Criminal Court. We had a police escort everywhere we went, as some of you may remember. And once we had presented the petition, we went to the demonstration that was being held. I think it was a week of solidarity with President GBAGBO. That is that type of pressure that is going to force the ICC to deal with the criminals in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. So that's what we've done. We've taken that there. We're going to send them some more information. As you heard just 2 days ago, the ICC now has unsealed an arrest warrant for President GBAGBO's wife, Simone GBAGBO. Although the warrant had been issued since February 29th of this year, they're now just unsealing it. And the question of why then now, I think my view, part of it may be that they've just recently decided that President GBAGBO's physical condition was sufficiently improved for them to now have the confirmation hearing. Our motion on the ground across, our transatlantic motion on the ground, if we organize people properly, we create enough pressure, that's going to force them to move in terms of what we want them to do and lead towards the freeing of President GBAGBO and now Mrs. GBAGBO. Thank you.
Vous l'avez découvert ici. vous avez découvert
Ivoire TV. Ivoire TV.